The Country Brand Index has historically studied perceptions of 118 countries around the world, in the same way we measure consumer or corporate brands, ranking them according to strength of perception across association dimensions. FutureBrand was among the pioneers of this approach, exploring the hypothesis that countries can usefully be understood as the sum of their identity and reputation, and, just like brands, strength or weakness of perception of a country can influence people's decisions to choose them as places to visit, live, or invest in. This was assumed to provide a competitive advantage in a global market for tourism, education, and investment, and built evidence for proactive country brand management. Over the last 5 years, our work in country branding has highlighted the increasing importance of country of origin in understanding country brand strength. In particular, its role as a driver of consumer choice became evident in our Made-in research this year. This is not least because strong brands associated with a country make a significant contribution to perceptions of it, but also because people actively prefer products and services when they're from specific countries. Which means every time they buy a car, eat a type of food, or wear a clothing brand, they can be consciously consuming an aspect of the country that made them. Countries that don't benefit from these made-in associations are at a measurable disadvantage to their peers. Not just that, but we're increasingly interested in the relationship between perception strength and behaviour when it comes to country brand measurement. In other words, can we prove that strong perceptions lead to decisions to visit, recommend, and do business with a country? And finally, the nature of our study has always implied that countries with stronger perceptions and higher rank position are also stronger country brands, but that all countries qualify as brands by default. But we've yet to explore the idea of a minimum threshold of perception strength, determining the difference between a country and a country brand. This year, we set out to test an emerging hypothesis that not all countries qualify as brands, but when they do, they have a measurable competitive advantage over their peer countries. With this in mind, we evolved our approach to the research in two significant ways. Firstly, we measured attributes relating to country of origin as an additional dimension of country brand strength. And secondly, we increased the focus on specific measures relating to decisions to visit, invest in, and recommend a country. In addition to previous years, we also gathered data on cities to understand the relationship between country brand strength and city perception around the world, not least because of the growing urbanization of both developed and developing countries. So, what did we find out? Well, the results of this year's research are striking. An Asian country tops the Country Brand Index, with Japan at number 1 for the first time in the report's history. In another first this year, FutureBrand's research has revealed that not all of the 75 countries qualified as brands. In fact, only 22 meet the criteria of a country brand and can be shown to have a measurable competitive advantage over their peers as a result. For example, people are more likely to visit, recommend, and do business with them, and twice as many people say they would buy products from a country brand than they would from a country. The key drivers of a country brand include having a reputation for high-quality products, a desire to visit or study in a country, and perceptions of good infrastructure. For example, 70% of respondents believe Germany has high-quality products, a top 3 country brand in this year's rankings, compared to an average of 14% for those classified as countries.